All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. We real Hebrew Israelites down here at the GMS Virginia camp. Back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Before we get started, we want to face the east of the Lord. Glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Sahakodash. Double honors to our apostles, our elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well and sound doctrine. Peace, love, citation to you. I come out there doing the work with truth and sincerity. It's Brother Zariah Allen, that's Brother Lakamah. And
Shalom.
pretty much, man, we just gonna go through the spirit, as you can see for the titles of various topics. But I just been meditating on the kingdom of heaven, man. Because essentially, man, we're yearning for the day. All right. Matter of fact, can you get that scripture, the captive uh hasten the exile hasteneth in a day, roughly paraphrasing. Because and then not to mention, the creatures, everybody's in a mourning state, man. We're in a mourning state because we're held against our will. We're constantly suffering these curses, ailments, sicknesses, diseases, stress, depression, demons, right? Persecution, catching hell from our woman, our jobs, and so on and so forth. Getting the bread of the crumbs from the devil's table, right? Like we really without, and we need Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to urgently bring judgment to this place known as Babylon the Great so we can endure or Salaki, enjoy the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, I got that.
Con.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 51, verse 14. It says, "The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, and
Hmm.
that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail."
Yeah, so dying a pit or bread should fail. We don't want to suffer a famine, and we don't want to fucking partake in the that second death, man. So
Right.
we're hastening the day because we are the exiles. We are the ones that have been banned or banished, from our land because we didn't keep the law, statutes, commandments to our best of our abilities. All right, and we didn't keep our end of the bargain pursuant to the first covenant. You know.
That- That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Even in the old movies, if the son couldn't get right, the father would kick the son out of the realms of the crib until he got right. You know what I mean? And Heavenly Father is waiting for the elect to be sealed. You know what I mean? And so we can come back to our home, to the kingdom of Yahshua.
Con.
You
Uh.
want me to read Isaiah 2 for you, brother?
Yeah. Yeah. Con. You go ahead.
You starting at the top?
Yep.
All right, this is Isaiah 2 and 1. It says, "The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it." And we know that that word mountain is synonymous with what? Different bodies, different governments. So basically, it was speaking of the government of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is the elect Yasha'Allah, you know. Um,
Mhm.
Verse 3. "And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the Most High, of Jacob, of Yahweh, that's possessive. That's like, right now, he's the power of Israel, of Jacob, not of all these different nations. He is the high of high, but his favorite, he picked a favorite, and that's Yasha'Allah. Um, and he will teach us of his ways, and he will teach us, and he will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord Yahweh from Jerusalem. And
Con,
he,
stop right there. I want to get this precept to back that up.
con,
This
con,
is this is uh this is Isaiah 14 and verse 1. It says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land." Right? What is our land? The land of Yasher Allah. So the kingdom of heaven, okay, is going to be on the planet Earth, man. It's not going to be in the spiritual realm because you got a lot of people that get it misconstrued, concerning, the life after America or pretty much what's supposed to happen when the kingdom of heaven is here. When the kingdom of heaven established on the planet Earth, man, the headquarters of the kingdom of heaven will be in the land of Israel,
come
right?
on.
That's going to be our holy land. That's where the headquarters for the governing body, just like how in Esau's rulership, his headquarters is Langley, and then he got Washington D.C. and so on and so forth, the Vatican as far as like the religion. So he have different headquarters, whatever the case may be, that rules the whole earth.
Yeah,
And our headquarters is going to be in the land of Israel, and all these other nations are going to follow the law, statutes, commandments according to the Bible, and that's going to be the new laws of the land.
yeah. They got the cross like in London. You got the embassy, the U.S. embassy. Like these are
Mhm.
safe places for people of United States citizenship to go and be safe.
Con. Continuing on, it says, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Right, the strangers pursuant to the northern kingdom. All right, those strangers are the ones who are pretty much foreigners or aliens, okay, or alienated from the commonwealth of Israel. All
Right,
right, so we're going to be joined together, northern and southern kingdom. Those two sticks are going to become one stick, and we're going to be one nation. We're no longer going to be split up, you know. And then it says, verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for the servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over our oppressors. And this is the day that we're waiting on, man, to finally get the rule over our oppressors, to finally get the rule in righteousness, man. We no longer have to suffer living in a wicked society, man, where a man can choose to be another woman, or a woman can be a man, and all these particular things that happens under Esau's rulership, man. It's complete filth, abomination, and wickedness, man. And this place needs a cleansing, man. This is why the Lord need to bring that nuclear destruction on this place, man, so the kingdom of heaven can come afterwards.
right, right. Beautiful.
You got it up.
Yeah, verse 4 back in Isaiah 2. And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. O house of Jacob, come ye and let us walk into the light of the Lord. Therefore thou hast forsaken thy people, the house of Jacob, because they be replenished from the east, and are soothsayers like the Philistines, and they please themselves in the children of strangers. It
Yeah,
says,
kind of. So, oh, Salaki, I just want to revert back to verse 4. Salaki, didn't realize you read it so fast. But yeah, it said they're bleeding plowshares into pruning hooks,
mm,
or their swords into plowshares. Salakia, meaning what? There's not going to be any war anymore, and that's a key indicator to let you know that those people that's in the land right now are not the true people, because you constantly have war brewing. You constantly hear about wars and rumors of wars, man. If that was the case, everybody would put their weapons down. We will all be in peace and harmony, but that's not the case. Okay, it won't happen until the true Israelites are ruling the planet Earth, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Semi Indians. Once you're in power, starting with the 144,000, all right, order is going to be established on the planet Earth. The whole world is going to be under new management. So no, they ain't gonna have no damn weapons and being able to do whatever they want. No, they're gonna have to follow our laws and be subject unto us.
that's right. And I've looked up the definition of exactly what a pruning hook is. It says a pruning hook is a versatile gardening and agricultural tool
Yep.
featuring a curved sickle-shaped blade, often mounted on the end of the long pole. So that's basically saying, hey, like you said, brothers, there's not gonna be no more war. We just tending to our crops. Everything basically at peace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or as essentially, that pruning hood is a representation of them going back to work. They're going to be our workers, because
Right.
in order to in order for it to be a kingdom, you have to have slaves,
That's
you
right.
have to have subjects. Who do you think is going to be tilling the land and building up our, castles and so on and so forth? The other nations. Just how we built up America and we built up everything, and they taxed the hell out of us and so on and so forth. Hey, best believe they're gonna have to bring their tithes. They're gonna bring their sacrifices and so on and so forth. All the goods and everything like that. Their first fruits, everything as a whole, to the nation of Israel.
Yep.
You got it
That's right.
out.
Yep. Verse 5. It says, O house of Jacob, come ye and let us walk in the light of the Lord Yahweh.
Yep, because the
Therefore,
light of the Lord is the truth. We're
yeah,
walking in the righteous path of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right?
yeah,
Because what is darkness? Darkness is confusion, right?
yep.
Darkness is tied to wickedness. It's tied to evil, right? But that light is tied to truth, sincerity, faith, hope, all those particular things.
I got a quick precept.
Time.
This is Isaiah 8 and 20. It says, To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. So
Yep,
laying
they
back,
don't got no light.
yeah, the Lord is the light, man. Point blank, period. You want me to continue on?
Time.
Yeah. It says, verse 5 again, O house of Yahweh, come ye and let us walk in the light of the Lord Yahweh. Therefore thou hast forsaken thy people, the house of Jacob, because they be replenished from the east, and are soothsayers like the Philistines, and they please themselves in the children of strangers.
Hmm.
It says, Their land also is full of silver and gold, neither is there any end of their treasures. Their land is also full of horses, neither is there any end of their chariots. It says, excuse me, their land also is full of idols. They worship the work of their own hands, that which their own fingers have made. And the mean man bowed down, and the great man humbleth himself. Therefore forgive them not. Enter into the rock, and hide thee in the dust, for fear of the Lord, and for the glory of his majesty. It says, The lofty looks of a man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. And right now we're in a time of what is that? In the last days, perilous times shall come. Well,
Hmm.
men will be lovers of themselves. Well, when the Lord comes back, it's going to be none of that. The Lord's going to be on high, and we're going to know who the Lord is, and it's going, everything's going to be right side up essentially.
Time. You can
It's,
stop at verse 12.
yeah, it says, For the day of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Salak, Yahweh of hosts, shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low.
Yeah, time ain't gonna be brought low. Why? Because of the wickedness that they indulged in, and the things that we was just read about in the previous verses. Pretty much being concupiscent,
Yeah,
waxing worse and worse in regards to your wicked deeds and your acts and so on and so forth. When you do those particular things, you're pulling yourself away from Yahweh Shem Shai. You're pretty much seeking death and not life,
that's
right?
right.
You're seeking the opposite of righteousness, and that's going to be to your demise if you don't get right with the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai to enjoy the fruits of labor of the kingdom of heaven, right? You want to get now. You want to get your spirit intact and on point now, so that way in the kingdom of heaven, or when it's time for judgment, you can be exempt from that, man.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
I also want to read Salakia, Isaiah 11 and verse dang, trying to see where I should start at. Salakia. You can start at you at Isaiah 11. You can start at verse 6.
Yeah, I was looking at 4. All right, I start at 6.
Yeah, you could.
Uh,
I mean, you can start at 4 too. That's what I was
yeah,
like. I was trying to kind of.
yeah, right. Let me. This is Isaiah 11 and 4. It says, "But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth." And
Matter of
who's
fact, just start from one, just so we can get the context ratification sake.
all right? This is
We can
Isaiah.
stop at
11 and 1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the spirit of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshua shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Lord, and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord. And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. It says, but with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. It says, and righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins. It says, the wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatlings together, and a little child shall lead them. That's beautiful. Let me know when you want me to pause.
Con.
And
Yeah. So you just read verse 6, right? And
yep,
verse 7.
I just
Yeah. So
ran.
that's time. Yeah. So that's tying into the kingdom of heaven. It's gonna come upon a time where we're not gonna stress about our child playing with
What
uh
beast? Yeah,
snakes, wolves, lanes, all that. Why? Because the animals are gonna be in order. They're gonna follow suit, meaning they're gonna that fear that they once used to have on us, that's gonna go back onto them. So now they're
yep,
gonna be subject unto us, just like the other nations.
yep,
You can keep going.
yep. Verse 7. And the cow and the bear shall feed, their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. And the sucking child shall play on the hole of the ass, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord Yahweh, as the waters cover the sea.
Yeah, that waters covers the sea. What's the waters? That living water, right? So that this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, that's gonna flow throughout the whole planet Earth, man. Everybody's gonna understand what righteousness is, man. They're gonna actually get to see it because the Israelites are gonna be a prime example of that. We're going to
Yeah,
be living proof of what perfection is, and
that's
everybody
right.
is going to follow suit. And just like when you read in Sirach, I think it's Sirach 10 or something like that, where it says about souls of people the same as his officers, roughly paraphrasing. Reasons
Hold on.
why you have all this rampage and all this bugged out people and the spirit that you have on because of the leaders of this world today. You know, but when Israel is in charge, everybody's going to follow after righteousness in this perspective order, man. The Israelites are going to have the biggest influence on the planet Earth in regards to righteousness, just like how they do in wickedness.
Oh man, this phone, man. Salaki, give me 1 second.
Uh, we can close out with that because I gotta go back with my
All right,
show real quick.
Salaki. Damn, the saying is right in. Oh, Sirach 10 and 2. I'll get it real quick. Yeah, this is Sirach 10. Salakia. The Sirach 10 and I started one. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So that's the same as the office. So basically the top dude, how they say in business, the president, the CEO of a building treats his manager the same as he treats the janitor, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you what you want me to close out with, bro?
With that,
Okay. So now you
yeah.
break it up, you in and out.
Oh yeah, I know it's just like the static. I don't know what's going
Okay.
on. It's a Satan.
All right. So I'll read that back. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is. Such
Exactly.
are all they that dwell therein. So basically, you will know them by their fruits.
Yep.
You know, whoever your leader is, whoever is the leader, you'll see how he is by how his citizens are.
Yep.
Yeah, Salakia. You got it, bro.
Uh,
Yeah, we breaking up again. Hello? Hey. All right, well, Salagia, the brother had a little technical issues, but I'll close out. We was just going through the spirit, but at the end of the day, when the Lord comes back, this place will be right side up. Everything's going to be in order. You ain't got to, oh, there you go, right here.
that's how I was shot. You hear me?
All right. Well, I'm going to close out. So with that, we hope this was edifying. Until the next time, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rachaha, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles, the great millstone, who rule well, who teach well, where we learn this knowledge, wisdom, and truth from. I'm going to say, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Mu'afla Babal, Shalom. Oh, he coming in there.
I got a phone call and phone.
Yeah, I just closed out, but we could close out again.
Okay, fine. The water, hey man, shalom. The water, y'all about Shem Yahushua. Call line Yahweh by Shem Yahushua.
Bahashem, Rachaha, Kodash.
Elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.